Heather Pollock, Office of Planning Staff, 444 South 5th Street, 40202. Sorry. This is conditional use permit for a short-term rental at 331 North 26th Street. Next. Next. So this property is zoned UN, urban neighborhood, and traditional neighborhood form district. There is a duplex residential structure on the site. The applicant is requesting short-term rental for the downstairs unit, Unit A, which has 1 bedroom. This will allow 4 guests. No off-street parking is available at the site, but there is ample parking on street. There are no short-term rentals within 600 feet of this request. Next. So this is the proximity map. As you can see on the far right side is the closest approved conditional use permit for short-term rental, and it's well away from this subject property. Next. This is the zoning. It's primarily residential, but there's also some commercial and institutional uses in the area. Next. Here's the subject property. As you can see, it is a single structure, and there is also a shed or something in the back, but there is no parking available. Next. So this is a view of the subject property from North 26. The photo on the left is from Google, and then the photo on the right is from our site visit back in February, where you can see some of the changes that have been made. Next. And this is from St. Cecilia Street, showing the access to the 2 separate units. And then on the right is the access to the downstairs unit, which is subject to this CUP today. Next. This is a view to the properties to the right on the other side of St. Cecilia. Next. To the left, in some of the images, there was a house right there to the left, but that was recently demolished. That property, I believe, belongs to the land bank. I'm not sure. This is across 26th Street. And then this is across St. Cecilia. So staff finds that this request is adequately justified based off the standards of review. There's no 600-foot issue. There's adequate parking available. The short-term rental is only for the ground floor unit. Next. So here are the conditions of approval. Next. And then required action today is approve or deny the conditional use permit to allow short-term rental in a dwelling unit that is not the primary residence of the owner. Any questions?
Don't believe so. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Swenson. Would you like to speak on this case? Up to you. All right, you've been sworn in. So is there information that you'd like to share with the board related to this case, which is the short-term rental case?
Right. Thank you. Yeah. I apologize. Just wanted to, and I apologize for earlier. I just wanted to reiterate the passion that me and my husband feel for the Portland neighborhood, and wanting to make sure that we can provide the upstairs unit for long-term renting, and to provide more spaces like that in the future as well, if given the opportunity. The thought behind the downstairs potentially functioning as a short-term rental is with the intention to bring people to the Portland neighborhood. We went to look at the map that Heather showed a little bit earlier. There are plenty of short-term rentals on the east side of the city. We did not see barely any on the left. So our intention is not to turn all of Portland to an Airbnb. It is to show people that that is a neighborhood worth exploring. Thank you.
Okay. Was there a neighborhood meeting?
We did have a neighborhood meeting. We did not see anybody show up to the meeting, but had one gentleman reach out after the fact. He spoke very favorably of wanting to help us however he can.
Okay. All right. And will you be the one who manages the property?
It will most likely be mainly my husband.
Okay. All right. And how far do you live from the property?
About a 10-minute drive.
Okay. All right. So if there were to be an emergency, you're relatively close by, can be reached.
We could be there quickly.
Okay. And would you be willing to share your contact information with neighbors?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Members, any questions for Ms. Svensson?
This is Member Vozos. Is this your first short-term rental, or do you manage others here in town or anywhere else?
This is the first one, sir.
First one, okay. Do you have carbon monoxide detectors, smoke detectors, first aid kit, things like that?
We will be happy to install those.
Okay, those are required. All right, that's all I have. Thanks.
Anything else? Thank you.
Thank you.
I have no other speaker cards related to this case, so at this point, I'll close the public hearing. We're in deliberations on 25 CUP 0273, short-term rental at 331 North 26th Street. Members, any discussion? Yes, Mr. Beta.
Just a question for legal counsel or planning staff. So if you would clarify for us again, what would be required in the event that the property owner decides to go ahead and offer the upper unit as a short-term rental? Would that require an additional continuous use?
Conditional use permit, yes.
Okay.
It would require a modified, because you're granting a conditional use permit. If they wanted to add a second short-term rental unit, it would come back as a modified, but it would follow the same general process, but it wouldn't be completely starting over. It would be mostly starting over to add that second unit, or to change any other condition that you may put on this particular application if you approve it.
There would be a 600-foot consideration.
No, because you do it because the parcel, you already have you're modifying the conditional use permit that's already on the parcel.
Okay, thank you.
But you can see in the proposed conditions of approval that it specifies for unit A, and but more specifically, it talks about the number of bedrooms. And so if you were adding the second unit, you would be adding the number of bedrooms. And so you'd have to do that modification for the number of bedrooms.
Okay. Anything else? All right. Everyone ready to make a motion?
Yeah.
Rozos.
Yes, thank you. With regard to case 25 CUP 0273, location 331 North 26th Street, I move that we approve the conditional use permit to allow short-term rental of a dwelling unit that is not the primary residence of the owner. Base that on the staff report, standard of review, and the testimony heard today. I want to bring attention to page 7 of 7 in the staff report, that there will be a maximum of 4 guests allowed at any one time, and you must register within 30 days and annually after that.
There a second?
Second. Beta.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and seconded to approve 25 CUP 0273. Roll call, please.
Jane Horton,
Yes.
Ford,
Yes.
Pozos,
Yes.
Beda,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Bond.
Yes, the short-term rental CUP has been approved. Just want to make sure that you have a copy of the staff report and understand the registration requirements, Ms. Svensson. Thank you.